Hi everyone, this is Delores Banks. I am back again, and this time I am making a homemade pound cake. It's just like a 1, 2, 3 pound cake. It's not that serious. I'm just going to add a few ingredients into my KitchenAid, and then we're going to make a cake. I have one in the oven already that's cooking. I'm going to show you basically how I put it together, and I'm going to show you the finishing product. And so I hope everyone is having a wonderful night. And I think today is June 11th. 2018. So I'm going to start out by using 3 sticks of butter, and this butter is pure butter. It's no name brand butter. It's just butter. Now I am an old school cook, so I do like to try all different products. Mainly, when you're an old school product cooker, you know how to look for the bargain. So I shop for the bargain because it all makes cakes. So then I'm going to put my KitchenAid down, and I'm going to lock it down, and I'm going to use 3 cups of sugar. And what I do about my 3 cups of sugar, I measure my cups of sugar. Do not run over the line on your sugar. If you run over the line, push my aid back, it have a tendency to make your cake drop, and then it'd be too much sugar in the cake. But I'm using 3 cups of sugar, and I am not going over the lines with them. Okay, so you already know, that when you, and then I'm going to go ahead on and turn my mixer on because this has to mix. And some of my butter is melted, and one stick is not quite as melted as the other, but that's not a problem. We'll just go ahead on and whisk it on up. And I'm going to do this until the butter actually creams up. Okay, and this is going to be just a cream cheese pound cake. I'm going to add cream cheese. I have cream cheese right here, but what I like to do when I'm making my cake, I like to let the butter go ahead on and do this thing, what it's going to do. And then I'll go ahead and add the cream cheese. Sometimes I may do a pound cake that's will be sour cream, Then sometimes I may just do a plain pound cake, or sometimes I may do a 7-Up pound cake. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the whole package of cream cheese. But first of all, you have to let your butter and sugar cream up to the natural way that it should cream up before you add the cream cheese. Cream cheese is already soft. So I'm just getting this ready. So when that gets ready, it takes a few minutes. So just hang in there with me. I wanted to show you step by step. My kids want me to make a cookbook, but I don't know whether I'll be able to make a cookbook or not. But I figured that if I had everything on YouTube, that all they have to do is just go pull up the YouTube and pull out for whatever they want to make. If they want to make chicken, if they want to make dressing, if they want to make pies, if they want to make cakes. I'm going to have all that online. I'm really late with this, getting started on this right here, but I had never thought about it, doing this, But for them, I will do anything. So they can have all my recipes. I've already did the biscuits, but I'm going to make more biscuits. I'll be making more biscuits, as we go along. I'll be making a lot of different things because what they want, I have to just make it. Okay? So I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. I may pause and come back, at a certain time because it takes a minute for everything to, do what it needs to do. But on the other hand, I like for you to see what I'm doing. So you know this is in the KitchenAid, but you yet haven't seen how it's coming along. So this will be how it's coming along. And I hope you can see down in there. I'm not really good at this recording here. But this is my... Okay, let me see how I can get that. Or maybe I have to switch the camera around or something. But anyway, I'm creaming my... Oh, I got everything here. Okay. And go back. Okay, there you go. I am creaming my butter and my sugar together. And like I said, I'm going to let that cream until it fluff up to be thick. Once it fluff up to be thick, I'm going to add my cream cheese. Some people will add their cream cheese, butter, and sugar all at the same time. You don't really get the same effect of that when you do it like that. You can do it like that, and if you're in a hurry, you know, I suggest you do. But see, this is it's creaming up real fine. So once it gets, yes, see, you always want your butter to be fluffy when you're making a pound cake like that. You want it to be fluffy. Now, I don't know how long it's going to take me to put this pound cake together. This is just a trial on the, because this is actually the second cake that I'm making, but this is just a trial to let you see what's going on, you know, what I got going on and all. So now that that's creamed up like that, I'm going to go ahead and add the cream cheese into it. So what I'll do, I'll have to put the recording back down where I can add the cream cheese in. And these are my blocks of cream cheese. And you just actually just drop it in there into your mixer, and it just starts going like that. So now that that is coming along, I have to get my eggs ready. So I am using brown eggs, and these are the brown eggs, and this is what they look like. You can use white eggs. I'm using brown eggs today because I have them, and I'm going to use 6 brown eggs. And instead of me dropping them in one at a time, I'm going to pour them in maybe 1 or 2 at a time, you know. But we will use six eggs, and so this is what I'm doing now. So I'm adding 6 eggs, and I'll just set that right there until I'm done. Okay. Alrighty. My son here sure helped me get these videos together. Okay, and so, now I wanted you to see how the cream, how it's creamed up in the pan. Okay, there you go. Now that is how it looks. That has the cream cheese and everything in it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my eggs 1 at a time, and I'm going to let it stir up in there. I've seen a lot of these recipes. Everybody, they go so fast, you know, they mix everything all up in one, you know, but back in the day, when my grandmother and my mother was teaching me how to cook, they taught us how to do it, you know, the right way. And then I, of course, later years, I jumped up in there and I just put my own spin on it. And I can put my own spin on this right here, but in order for you to know, this is how you do it. This is how you make an old-fashioned pound cake. And this is called Delores Banks old-fashioned pound cake. And so, I put all 6 eggs in there. And so I'm going to let that whip up. Now you see how fluffy that is? And that is how it's supposed to be. You don't have to quite beat it that high. You can bring it down a notch right there. The reason why I'm bringing it down a notch is because I have to sift my flour. Now, I want you guys to see how I sift my flour. Okay. Now, I sift my flour, which I'm going to use Dawn Swan, but I sift my flour, okay, and here's my Dawn Swan. So I open up this right here. This is my grandmother's bowl. I love this bowl. This was her mixing bowl. She made biscuits and everything. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sifter and I'm going to pour the whole box. I'm going to sift it all, so when I get ready to make another cake, I don't have to sift. And by the way, Dawn Swan makes 2 pound cakes out of 1 box. So I'm sifting the flour. And y'all, I'm basically doing this for my children, so if it's to be a help to anybody out there, God bless you, you know. I'm just making it so they'll have the recipes, and they can put it together how they would like to. So I'm sifting I sift the whole box of Dawn Swan, and I'm sifting it, and get through, and I'll beat it off like that, and then I'll set it back down inside my bag, which I keep my sifter. I don't wash it. I keep it in a bag, and I keep it tied up, because that is, I mean, that's just how they did it back in the old days. They didn't do no stuff like that. Water rusts out a lot of stuff. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get me 3 cups of flour, and what I do, they call it heaping spoon, and I'm going to pour that one in there, and I'm going to turn that down a little bit because it's running over. And so I'm going to get me another cup of flour, which this is going to be 2 heaping cups of flour. That goes in there like that. Let that go around in there. You don't have to add no liquid or anything. This recipe does not call for any liquid or anything. This recipe actually calls for Just what I'm telling you. Okay, so now this would be my cup number 3. I add that into it. Okay, now, because it's just going on about its business, praise the Lord. Okay, now I'll set my flour. This will make another pound cake. So I'm going to set this to the side. Okay, now I have to, you guys, I don't measure anything. So this is baking powder. I'm going to just say we're going to use a teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, and I have my baking soda right here. Most pound cakes don't even call for baking soda, but I learned that baking soda helps the cake rise. So I'm just saying we're going to use you got to be careful with the baking soda so the cake don't run out the pan. Let's just say we use a half a teaspoon of baking soda. And I put it back in the bag. I keep all my stuff secure, you know, and I put it back in the bag. And you do it like that. Now we're done with that, so we set that aside. Okay, and now my other cake is about to be ready to come out. After I add my flavor, and this is my flavor, McCormick. Then I'll just squeeze me some in there, but you can say 2 teaspoons of vanilla. You know, you can do it like that. In other words, I'll run the ingredients down to you. So now what we're doing, now we're going to go ahead and get this out the way and clean this up. Because we're at the end of that. I have it all mixed up and I have it in a bowl. So put all this stuff aside. And then I can show you, because I'm going to pull the other cake out of the oven, how it's going to turn out. Hopefully, praise the Lord, it'll come out just like it's supposed to. He is so good to me. Everything that I try to cook, everything that I cook, you know, he's just in it. Now, I got this stirred up, and this is the way it's looking. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna turn it off. And I'm going to do like they do in the old school. I'm going to hold it up like that because I have to make sure that everything is good. So I'm going to put my hand in here. That's right. I'm going to take that out there. That is so good. I'm going to take, okay. So this, when you put your hand in it, then you know, okay. So now this is the cake, and that's how the mix brought it out. That's how it comes out. And so now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna taste that. I'm gonna put that back down in there. We don't need to add anything else to it. It is already. I'm gonna get ready to. That is awesome. And there, this is my first pound cake. Break my phone. Sorry about that. Hopefully my son will edit this for me. I need to turn it back around somewhere. Where is that? Because I'm just videoing myself now. Okay. Anyway, I need to get it turned back around. Okay, well,